Hey everybody, I want to go over my idea and what I have working now in Merlin using the Cisco Total Care API system. And I'll show you how to get this. And here's the idea at a high level. We have our devices in our database, right? Can I first go get the version that's installed? Can I also go get the part ID, the PID? So with these two pieces of information, then can I go against the Cisco API, and send it this part ID and get back the recommended release of the software for this part ID. Can I also then take the version we've captured that's on the device and compare it against this recommended release and give a pass, fail, we are compliant with the recommended release or not? Now, the key here is the API. The API requires what's called OAuth 2, which is a token. We have to send another API, a different API, a username and a password, or a key and a client secret. This API will return a token, which we can then pass along in the header of our request to the actual API. How I've decided to do this in Merlin is add a few new models and database tables, including a place for you, the user, to get your key and your client secret from your API registered application, the recommended release API. You put those into Merlin, and that's all you need to do. You click the button and it will take care of everything else. So again, once you've registered the application, and let's go through this real quick. So, you go to apiconsole.cisco.com, and it's very simple. How do I get started? Register your app, in this case, the recommended release. Get your tokens. Don't worry about that. Merlin will take care of that. Make your API calls. Merlin will also take care of that. So what we're going to do now is we are going to go into the On-Demand Center and click Recommended Release. You can see in the background here, Merlin is taking care of retrieving the OAuth 2 token, making the subsequent request with the part ID, and then returning all of the recommended releases for that part ID in just seconds. So now if we go into the site administration page and check the recommended releases, you can see all of these recommended releases, including things like at the bottom, the recommended release display name, our installed version. In this particular instance, we are not compliant. So what we have is a software recommendation gathering tool, but it actually has the artificial intelligence to tell you whether or not you're compliant in just a quick glance. The views are coming. We have the data in the database. Now let's move on to presenting those views. Really exciting stuff. Stay safe.